Hey guys, welcome to Beyond Reality Realm, where we're going to sit here and watch disturbing and creepy TikToks. Let's get to it. Guys, we got a major event from a time traveler for December 2023. Let's check it out. Those are actually some decent predictions. Let me know if y'all think that's going to happen, guys. On to the next one. Got a Mandela effect here. Let's check it out, guys.
I just heard about this the other day. Who remembers the book, The Diary of Anne Frank? I remember the book and I never even fucking read it. But apparently it's not called The Diary of Anne Frank anymore. Or that it never was The Diary of Anne Frank. It's called The Diary of a Young Girl. How the hell would I even know who Anne Frank was if the book wasn't called The Diary of Anne Frank? I would definitely not know who the hell she was if it was called Diary of a Young Girl. Here's another one that fucked me up the other day, too. Oscar Mayer. You remember the song, My Baloney has a first name, it's O-S-E-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-E-Y-E-R. M-E-Y-E-R, right? Meyer. No? Nope. Apparently it's spelled M-A-Y-E-R. Wouldn't that make it Mayer? Like May, M-A-Y, Mayer. What the fuck? Go check your bologna and your hot dogs. It's not M-E-Y-E-R. It's M-A-Y-E-R. Why have we been calling it Oscar Mayer all these years if it's really Oscar Mayer? This is the shit that is keeping me awake. There's some others I learned about the other day, but I'm saving them for another video. Because I can't make this shit make sense.
Wow. That's some crazy Mandela effects. What y'all think, guys? Let me know. Here's a disturbing video about some reptilians, guys. Check it out.
They say they have. They appear to have... Okay, well, it's a strange story, but part of the briefings I've gotten is that the moon was put in place 65 million years ago, and there's some debate as to whether it was then or a lot more recent, but I don't know if they really know. But one of the theories is the moon was put in place to bring about the fall of the dinosaurs, to create seasons. That the moon is a spaceship, that it was flown into position, it orbits the Earth, and in so doing, mammalian life now predominates, whereas before it was reptilian life. And the reptilians had, the dinosaur species apparently did evolve into a hominid race that was intelligent, that got wiped out when this took place, the 65 million year ago incident. And they did get driven underground. So that is a classic element of the story. But then the Draco Alliance, the negative ETs, say that, we persecuted the reptilians, we traumatized them, we drove them underground, and now we have to pay tribute, we have to pay rent to be here. And so the treaty, the negative treaty, is that we're apparently giving them humans as
our meat suits.
Yeah, for whatever they want to use us for, whether they want to dine on us or have us as workers or whatever.
Wow.
We trade a certain number of humans per year. So in my own experience, Danica, I've had multiple invitations to this group. I've had bribes in the billions of dollars offered to me.
I mean, Greer's talks about getting bribed for billions too. I've interviewed him a couple of times.
When you go out there and you're involved in this stuff like I am, they really would love to have you on their side. They really would love to have you as a mouthpiece. And so I was told, for example, that I could do everything the way I do it now, And the only thing that I would have to do different in order to get this money is to, quote unquote, speak favorably about Lucifer. And they had this philosophy they wanted people to talk about, which is that, well, Lucifer is a benevolent, misunderstood angel. And God abandoned us up in heaven, but Lucifer stayed down here with us. Look, any God that tells you got to go around hurting people is not a God I want to be involved with.
This is why I keep telling people, if you want to know about Lucifer and his fall, go to Isaiah chapter 14, starting in verse 12. Also in Ezekiel chapter 28, where it refers to the lamentation of the king of Tyre, comparing him to Lucifer and his fall. People go, the Dracos, the Reptilians, they're part of this race, they're part of that race, they're part of an ET race. Yeah, they're part of one. Lucifer in the garden was the serpent. It all stems from there. Now we go, well, that's only a few thousand years ago. No. According to modern day traditional teaching that is to make you blind, it's only a few thousand years ago. This has been going on for millions of years. Linda Moulton Howe, she talks about the 70 million year experiment of the dinosaurs, and that the Dracos were part of that. The human sacrifice, the blood sacrifice, all of this, the pineal gland and all that of the fear factor and all this stuff. Who do you think's feeding on that? These are as close to demonic entities as you can get. They shapeshift. I've seen them. They shapeshift. They do whatever they want to do. And they're walking amongst you, and you think we're a bunch of kooks and crazy for saying this. Those of us who do this and those of us who talk about this, we don't do it for no reason. I'm telling you right now, I know David Wilcox is he's a writer, he's a producer, movie producer and things like that. People are, he's just trying to get, recognition or trying to come up with these stories to get fame. Well, he's not. And he mentions Stephen Greer being part of the groups and things like this. But Stephen Greer says that anybody that believes in reptilians or all this other stuff, that's hogwash. He calls it hogwash. Look it up. Well, why is he talking about him in this footage? And in the same footage, he's talking about reptilians. So why does Stephen Greer say they're hogwash? I'll leave that up to you. Leave your comments.
So what do y'all think about the reptilians? Think that's some real stuff? Think Stephen Greer knows what we're talking about? Alright guys, here's another Mandela effect. Let's check it out.
There is a new Mandela effect, and honestly, how am I just seeing this? How am I just seeing this? So of course there are some crazy examples of the Mandela effect that I've spoken a lot about. This one, it just tops them all. Right, so you remember E.T., of course, very, very famous film, absolute classic. And the famous line, which has been used in a number of adverts and throughout history. E.T., phone home. What if I told you that was never the line? Nah. It's always been E.T., home phone.
E.T. home phone.
It doesn't even make any sense. Nah.
I think that
Do you remember the
E.T.
classic
Home
film,
or
The
E.T.
Bee
Home
Movie?
Phone?
And I extremely
guess.
clearly remember the name. The Bee Movie. No, of course it's not. It's always just been Bee Movie. Probably a bit of a distant memory now, but remember back in the 2000s there was a film called Cowboys vs. Aliens. I distinctly remember it. But it was never called Cowboys vs. Aliens. Never called Cowboys vs. Aliens.
I watched it.
Always called
I remember.
Cowboys and Aliens. What?
Like Cowboy and Aliens. It's Cowboys versus Aliens. I don't know. That's crazy. Because I remember going to theaters and it said versus. What do y'all think, guys? Let me know down below. On to the next one. This video's about the Minotaur. Let's check it out, guys. See what we can learn.
The Minotaur, a creature deeply intertwined with the history and mythology of ancient Greece. Truly born of King Minos' deceit of the god Poseidon, whom he had promised a sacrifice of his most beautiful white bull. The god of the seas took brutal poetic revenge, enticing the queen Pasiphae to fall in love with and mate with the bull, resulting in the Minotaur. The deeply shamed Minos had the labyrinth created as a dungeon to house this beast, which over the years grew into a truly monstrous creature, fed on the sacrifices of the nearby Athenians, until the hero Theseus rose up among them, braved the labyrinth, and with the help of Princess Ariadne, slew the Minotaur. Those familiar with my videos won't be surprised to hear that my ancestors left detailed writings on these creatures. More than just writings even, which we'll get back into very shortly. For those unfamiliar with my work, I've spent the better part of 2 years documenting the discovery of my ancestors' belongings and writings. They were hunters of supernatural creatures for several generations, working at first for a secret order within the Catholic Church and later on their own. The Minotaur is just one of the many types of creatures and entities they stood up against. From what I've read, it seems that any other documents about what I'm about to discuss have likely been destroyed. The Sons of Man had a very unique dungeon, supposedly built in secret under the foundations of a now ruined stone cathedral, where the worst things on Earth were held prisoner and studied underground. I've been gifted 2 photographs purporting to show the place, but I won't give any indication of where it might be. Before your full look at the photograph of the Minotaur, I'll read and show you Harold Oldry's full journal passage on the creatures. These creatures are the rarest form of beastmen possibly ever to live. Certainly that exists still from time to time. As far as we can deduce, they are not the result of any curse, nor race of unnatural creature, nor truly infernal in nature. Their existence is only known to be the result of dark occult meddling on behalf of ancient spirits once worshipped as gods. Father told me of Locke, the Minotaur once held in St. George's Keep. Once broken enough to accept its captivity, it lost all aggression, became docile, listless, tragic. It is a terrible shame that such a creature, capable of some form of peace, be introduced into a world so unable to align with it. This is not a world for them. Their creation is a cruelty. Execution is the only solution. They have no special protections against physical harm. A well-placed bullet is enough. The last that I myself encountered was shortly after having lost the Paladin's power. Looking back, Father Lamont likely assigned it to me as something of a boost. A big monstrous thing, easy enough to dispatch even for the unpowered. Yet in my sights I could see only the confused, lost, half-human soul within, thrashing out against a world it could not fit into. Nevertheless, it had already butchered 3 farmhouses, whole families. Even still, I gifted it the mercy of a quick exit. And for a better look, I've captured a high-resolution photograph and enhanced it. Here you go. A true abomination of nature, cruelly created by those who would twist it.
What's the creepy picture is? What do y'all think? Huh? Let me know. This is an interesting one, guys. Let's check it out.
There's so many truthers who are deceived to think that this rocket is hitting the firmament dome, but I'm about to show you the truth about what it actually hits. Get ready. But many people think that that rocket hit God's firmament dome, and that's why water appeared, because they thought that it was the waters above the firmament that were causing that water type appearance. But they did not hit the firmament, because God said in Proverbs 25 verse 3, the heaven for height and the earth for depth and the heart of kings is unsearchable. So we know that the height of the heaven is actually unsearchable. And remember, in Genesis 1, God called the firmament heaven. So they cannot search the height of the heaven or of the firmament. They will never be able to reach the firmament. What you saw was a superfluid realm called the ether that they are hiding from you. This realm of superfluid is also known as the blue air, and there's actually explorers who trapped samples of this air. So when you see this blue type liquid, you're seeing the superfluid ether realm that's above us. It starts at about 73 miles up, and it is not the firmament. It is a dense realm of air that is referred to as a superfluid. Back then, they used to believe that the ether permeated space. The reason they're hiding this ether from you is because it actually proves that the earth is not moving at all. So I want to show you this document here that's talking about the ether, right? It's normally transparent, meaning you can't see it. But it can be made visible by hitting it sufficiently hard to knock out a part. Alright, so we know that ether can be made visible when it's hit by something, right? Now you see the superfluid realm being hit. Now look at this moon footage. You have these little waves going across. Here goes another one. So we know the moon is traveling through this ether type realm. Now this is why in the 1900s they conducted the Michelson-Morley experiment to try and prove that the earth is moving through the ether realm. This would prove for them that the earth is moving through space. Because remember, they said that the ether permeates space or makes up space. Well, guess what? Lo and behold, they did not observe the movement of the earth through this ether realm. So what did they do? They pretty much proved that the earth is not moving. It's stationary. It's not moving through space, or it's not moving through this ether realm. Of course, because God's word is true. He told us the world is established and that it cannot be moved. So then what happened? Einstein released his special theory of relativity. And then the physics community started to accept that the ether does not exist. But of course they're going to say that the ether doesn't exist because it disproves the ball earth. But of course, 50 years later, here's more documents. The failure of the US attempts to attain supremacy of the ether. So they know this ether exists. They're just not telling you. Here's another one where the US tried to obtain supremacy of the ether once again. And like I say all the time, they have to put things right in your face. So of course they added into popular video games like Minecraft. You have the ether dimension. Here it is here. What do you see? You see that blue super liquid type fluid realm. Of course they made it blue because they put it right in your face. Here's another game. You have the ether. That's why it's blue. That's why our sky is blue. You're looking at the ether realm, a super fluid. This is why it's important to read your Bible first before you start believing conspiracy theories, right? Because no one can reach the firmament. God told us they cannot measure the heavens for height. God bless you guys. I hope you can spread this information on to someone who got deceived by this. Don't forget to like and follow.
So
I'll
what
see
do
you
you
in the
think,
next one.
guys? Think that's an ether realm? Or do you think it's a room? Or is there just Earth realm club? Let me know, guys. There's a lot of people that don't believe in flat Earth. There's people that do believe in it. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It's up to y'all to decide, guys. Let me know. On to the next one. Do y'all want to see a UFO? Let's check it out, guys.
You guys ever seen a rocket get taken out by a UFO? Y'all saw that? That's why they tell you they don't exist. Right? They tell you they don't exist. If y'all know about this for real, UFOs are the reason why we are still alive. You know what I'm saying? Because they have infiltrated a bunch of the government's plans in order to, right? But check this out. This is very interesting right here. Y'all saw that? What?
Oh wow, that's crazy.
What?
What the heck was that, guys? Y'all have any idea? Alright guys, that's the end of the videos today. Thanks for watching it. I hope y'all had a very good Thanksgiving. I know I did. I put my stomach up pretty good, yeah. And we'll see y'all